Our next question is a little different yet similar, I would say. Um, and you've already mentioned it once, but we would like you to elaborate. How do you use Azure Logic Apps to automate workflows and integrate data access with different M365 services and applications?
Right, right. So again, Azure Logic app, for example, if you want to do some kind of an automation, probably you're
Hmm.
not very much comfortable with coding. In that case, you can use this Azure Logic apps. And nowadays, even you can use the Microsoft Power Platforms Flow as well, or Power Automate as well, to go ahead and do all those automation. So what can happen with this Logic apps is like there's a triggering point, like when you want to get that Logic app triggered. So maybe based on any kind of an event which is happening into the external system, or maybe you want to do certain things at a regular interval, maybe something like a timer job. So in those cases, you can use these Logic apps. And again, simply like they have got certain activities with which you can just add those activities one by one. So let's say, for example, um, I want to get some information about my file which is uploaded onto SharePoint. I will make
Hmm.
a connection there itself to SharePoint. I will get the information. I will process the metadata from that, and then probably from by processing that metadata, I can send email to someone else. So that all those things can be easily done with Logic apps. But now that even is I should not compare Logic app with the Power Automate, but nowadays the more inclined is toward using the Power Automate, because again it gives the same kind of an flexibility, but it is giving you more kind of an options compared to the Logic apps through which you can go ahead and automate all of your jobs. Yeah.
I have a smile on my face because you mentioned automate your jobs. Okay.
Right.
For some reason, the example that you gave when you started this question, saying how this app could even help a person who doesn't understand coding, it just took me
Right.
back to a time where people used to find difficult to even run those, certain small codes on Excel,
Correct. True.
and now we are talking about a person just going ahead and making an entire app. So I think times have really
Yeah.
changed.
True. True.
Any
Definitely.
thought
And
on that?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Miss, at least I'm coming from that that time of the programming where we used to
Hmm.
do the pointer kind of an programming. Okay, so for those who are from my era, okay, I'm not that old, but okay, it's like we used to do the pointer kind of an programming. So in C or C++, we used to define the pointer, and then again
Hmm.
with the pointer you can get a memory chunk into your means a chunk of memory allocated to you. Through the
Hmm.
pointer you can go ahead access something in that memory, or maybe update something into that memory, and then again once you're done with that you can release that pointer. So it wasn't that easy that I speak that you allocate the memory, access that memory using a pointer. So most of the time we used to have the correct pointer, we used to have the correct set of memory allocated to us, because I'm talking about the applications when we were dealing with the megabytes of memory. Okay, so
Hmm.
most of the time it was happening like we used to allocate the memory, we did not deallocate the memory. And then again I do remember that few of the codes that I have written, I had to entirely go ahead and reboot my machine, because I most of the time I have always consumed my memory, so the screen just flashes, but there is nothing on the screen, so I have to reboot my machine. So maybe nowadays it is memory is very much cheaper compared to all of the logics that we write. So that's the reason probably nowadays no one pays more attention towards logic, because now that we have super kind of an powers, so even if you don't write the powerful code, we know that we have a powerful processors who can process that code easily.
Yeah, and I think it's all about going
True.
ahead and doing
Correct.
all those things which we thought would be impossible.
Yeah.